welcome back to our weekly Patchnotes updates of Icarus. I'm here with Karel today, since Echo couldn't make it, so I'm gonna switch back to Discord. Hey Karel, welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Feeling better, luckily. So,
Pretty
how are you
good.
feeling nowadays?
Doing well. Just working and then sleeping and then working and then eating and sleeping, rinse repeats. So it's at least it's Easter weekend. So long weekend for me over here. Monday is off because they do things normally, which is when a holiday falls on a Sunday, you get the Monday off. You don't just
I have the Monday
say,
off
oh
as
well,
well.
so
Second Easter.
because I know that not all countries have common sense, or at least not common sense, but let's just say generosity of making it so that when a public holiday falls on a weekend, that you get the relevant or the following or the prior, work day off, so to make up
Well,
for it.
here we have Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. Easter Monday is also public holiday, so Monday's still
Yeah,
off. Luckily, the
but
weekend
there,
is an hour shorter, so the impact is less severe. So this is a good thing.
the only thing I'm not sure if it's actually a little bit weird. I never noticed because I never cared, to be honest. But Easter is falling on like very early in April, like this year round, and it has to do with apparently like a moon cycle or
Yeah,
something
like
to
the
that effect.
the the second the first
Uh,
Sunday after the first new moon in April or
yes,
something like that.
I just have no idea what the heck the moon had to do with it, but I never kind of thought about it. But anyway, that's besides the point. Otherwise,
Yeah,
doing well enough.
good. So uh, Echo's not here; she couldn't make it, so it's you and me today.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be something small because as per last week, it just said that this one should be a quality of lifetime of update, but obviously what that entails will obviously be discussed.
Well, the update
Hopefully,
dropped yesterday already, because today is a public holiday in New Zealand.
yeah, yeah. I mean, today it was a weird day in Ireland where it was like a semi-public holiday. Certain sectors did have the day off. Trains are, and I believe, I'm not sure about buses, but trains were at least running on like public holiday schedule, so not as frequently. And most people took like the day early, left like 2 o'clock, excluding me, obviously, which left after 5. So yeah,
Well,
it
it is the
was
Friday before Easter, and according to Christian religion, that's the day when Jesus Christ died.
yeah,
So this used to be a kinda semi-public holiday as well in the Netherlands, long time ago.
yeah. I know
So
that
yeah,
the religion is still, or the Catholic religion over here is still a large thing, but it's obviously gotten less over time. But
yeah, same here.
if it was a very quiet day on my walk home, on my walk towards the train station, it was practically no soul in sight. But anyway, let's crack into the 121 update, I believe, right?
Yeah, indeed. Icarus Week 121 update, quality of life pass and new workshop water purification tablets, as an addition to last week's water system update.
Mhm.
So we have done a quality of life pass, improving some UI, adding some small features and fixing a few outstanding balance issues. So welcome to week 121. As said, this update dropped yesterday, a day early, because the Easter holiday period in New Zealand does include the Friday. So tomorrow, i.e. today, the staff on a well-deserved break. But to keep with tradition, decided to do the patch notes discussion today and not yesterday. So this week we're giving the game a quality of life pass, focusing on improving the UI and adding a few small features that will add a new layer of depth. Now these updates include consolidating the recipes on the crafting bench towards machining bench towards fabricator, so that each tier hosts all the previous tier's recipes. And we've also added a new water purifying tablet in the orbital workshop.
Oh, this is the orbital workshop.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
space station.
That's due to take down a tablet for a whole shuttle slot? Okay, yeah, anyway.
I reckon it's a bunch of tablets. I have not checked
No, no,
this
I
yet
know, but
yesterday. I will do it in subsequent gameplay. I
yeah.
deliberately did not look at it yesterday.
No, no, I'm referring to the fact that it takes up a block in your shuttle, which is pretty kind of
True.
limited. So, but anyway.
But then again, with the orbital exchange interface, you can request down more
Ah.
equipment anyway. So,
If you've gotten to the point where you can use an orbital
well,
interface, I'm pretty
it's a
sure
tier two
the water,
item. So
the water.
it's like in our gameplay, and you'll be able to
Yeah,
make it already. So.
yeah. No, we could. I mean, dude, you and me will be able to make that thing pretty darn quick if we actually set it. Well, actually, you know what would be fun for content creation at a certain point is to have like a. It's like we pick a map like and then we see how quick we can get to a machining bench, like like really flat out,
Yeah.
the way that we used to do it when we used to do the speed runs for the exotic. But anyway, I'm getting
Well, at that
sidetracked.
point, we never ever needed to go to the machining bench anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
all
no,
you need is
exactly.
like a wooden base and a crafting bench.
Yeah, we did the generator to get to the thing, and then we ran to the other one to get things. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We
Not
can carry on.
after we got the space extractors.
Oh yeah, true, true, true. But let's carry on then. It's fine.
Yeah. We got also an update on some of the content you can expect in the upcoming Leica update. So let's jump in and let's have a quick read. Couple of notable improvements. We added a prospect name to the open world operations UI.
Mm.
The,
The open
yeah,
world
the
operations
prospect
guy.
name. Not sure where they added this, because I believe you already, when choosing the open
It's
world
probably
you want to drop into, it already showed you the
yeah, no,
name.
no. But I'm guessing it's somewhere inside of it. It's like, oh, which world is this character on again? Because I'm playing. Oh, it was this one. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not entirely sure either. But
Operations UI. Yeah.
added Pyrrhic crust, noxious crust, for stone and salt. I was playing yesterday and I was mining some stone. Indeed, I got noxious crust for stone. I have not mined any salt yet, but I can confirm the Pyrrhic crust, or noxious crust as it's called, for stone has been added.
Mm-hmm.
Added tag query for mission items, so players can filter to only show mission items.
Okay.
Maybe in your inventory? I don't
Yeah, in
know.
the inventory, it's like a little flag to just like highlight certain items, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'd have to have a look and see during
But
gameplay whether or
but
not I can filter in my inventory for like, hey, show me only the mission items I have in this cabinet or something.
yeah, but that's the thing. That's probably in the cabinets and like like your crafting table because or in a mortar and pestle. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
flag show mission items only. Check this one. Check this one. Check this one. Oh, there it is. I found it. Rather
Well,
than
you can already see it
uh,
because it's the blue background in the icon.
yeah, you never know. People have sometimes you're holding the
Colorblind people.
keys and you're looking for the keys. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, colorblind people, indeed.
yeah, that's also true. Yeah, colorblind. Yeah, that's a good one.
Fix many recipes not being refundable, notably statues, carved furniture, and industrial furniture. Recipes not refundable. Do they mean blueprints?
I don't think you can unlearn blueprints.
No, me
That's one of the
neither.
problems I have because I want to unlearn thatch. But fixed many recipes not being refundable.
Yeah, recipe not being refundable. So I'm not entirely sure what they mean here. I mean, if
Yeah,
you, uh, or maybe if you like
refundable.
destroy the item, you didn't get the stuff back. I don't know. Never tried actually.
Could be, yeah, because it's also that would probably make more sense because car furniture is the static thing which never actually, it's an industrial furniture and statues. Yeah, I think that's what it probably means. It's like you don't get the materials back, like half the materials. So yeah, that makes sense.
Reduced respawn delay time from 20 seconds down to 10 seconds. So you don't have to wait 20 seconds before you can respawn after you died. That's good.
Mm.
Yeah, you die and you're like, okay, now I have to wait 20 seconds, doing nothing, twiddling my thumbs,
I
and
can't
try to
remember last.
contemplate what I did wrong to
I
die.
just can't remember. I mean, when last did I die? I can't. Oh, no, no, no. I haven't died in quite some time. Yeah.
I've died a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, but yet again, it's like 10 seconds. Oh, it's a quality of life. So yeah.
Yeah.
So very much that.
And added right-click context option to empty water containers. Indeed.
Yeah, that was the one.
It
Yeah.
was mentioned during last week's patch notes where you could right-click on your canteen and
Yes.
say empty it. That did
Mm.
not work. You could put it in your hotbar,
Mm.
activate your hotbar, and then right-click. Then it would empty it.
Ah,
But you could not in your inventory right-click and
and
then
empty
say
it. Yeah.
empty.
Yeah. Makes
So they
sense.
added that one. Good. This week, crafting consolidation. So we are introducing a crafting consolidation quality of life pass this week, which aims to simplify the bench progress between tiers. This will allow recipes crafted on the crafting bench to be crafted at machining bench or fabricator. It
Mm.
will also allow recipes crafted at the machining bench to be crafted on the fabricator. This will naturally allow each tier's bench to replace its previous counterpart. Now
Yeah.
remember,
So
the
this.
longbow was only craftable
Mm.
in the
Anvil.
anvil and not in the
Hmm.
forge or in the foundry.
Yeah, correct. But it's
They
actually for
are now.
screws in the machining bench, or that was a problem at a certain point because I couldn't see it in the
Yeah,
fabricator because it was on in
yeah.
like the machining bench. But
It
that
was not
does.
in the fabricator and it is now.
But one thing to consider is the fact that does mean that the top tier, machining benches or benches in general are going to be quite cluttered with
Yes,
recipes.
with recipes and with crafting materials.
Mm.
I still
Yeah,
have.
that's also a good point. Yeah, because the nice thing of having all the separate benches is you could have kept, materials in that one to craft X,
Yeah,
Y, Z, and you could have a system in order to produce the items, in parallel as well. Because remember, you're going from parallel crafting down to like a single queue for,
so yeah,
making the beginning
yeah.
items, which could have been crafted in the lower tier items regardless. So it makes it maybe a lazy man's approach, but if you wanted the optimal output to get the stuff crafted quick, and I think as well as I do, certain things like making electronics takes quite some time. So if you're going to be sitting there just making the stuff and not making anything
Yeah,
else,
but for the electronics, for example, I make them in the machining bench. I can make
mm,
them in the fabricator now, but I'm not going to.
mm,
Because I need copper ingots to make copper
yeah,
wire, gold ingots to make gold
carbon
wire, and
fiber,
I need epoxy and
yeah,
organic resin to make
yeah,
the electronics. I can
and to
put it
make
all
carbon
in
fiber,
the
yeah,
machine, in the fabricator to make the electronics there, but
but it'll
I
take
already
much
have
longer.
like the higher tier materials in
Mm,
the fabricator.
yeah, yeah. No, no, exactly that point. So you're going to basically end up in a. I mean, if you happen to have the crafting stuff on your inventory, if you're going to craft it, then yeah, quick, sure
It
thing,
will
just go for
still
it.
put all the materials in the bench
In, yeah, no,
first
correct. It does. It
before
does. It does.
crafting. So it would be nice if they would like increase the inventory capacity for the higher tier benches.
What I think is they shouldn't just do that, but they should allow you an option to build something to do so, like craft like a
Either that or some
extended
kind of
bench.
auto pull from nearby storages.
No, that definitely I don't think they should do.
It would
Um,
be quite a big quality of life, and it would make you
it's
lazy.
Yeah, I know and that's the thing. It's basically then to the point where we had in Valheim, where you
Yeah.
basically had no like it's still a part. It's supposed to be a part of the game, managing this chain of production, which is why
Uh,
it's such a why it's such a established thing for you and your team currently and us and our team to do everything in a certain tier. So it does make it so that it's usable, but it's not going to be like we imagined where we just craft one thing now and it just builds everything because you're going to be you know
I mean,
bottlenecking yourself,
yeah.
but anyway.
So if you need to to craft large batches, use the higher tier bench because it's faster.
Mm.
Either that or just accept, okay, it's going to be slightly slower, but at least it won't clutter up the inventory of my higher tier bench.
It'll be interesting to kind of see statistics on how much that change would actually have changed where the quantity of like items people have. Like, oh, everyone used to craft all of their electronics in the machining bench, for example, and that's 100% of the crafting is there. But after like a week of this patch,
Hmm.
80% of people still crafted in the machining bench. Yeah, in the
Well,
machining bench, and like 20%
they
maybe
can't
in
do it anymore
fabricated.
because all the data is stored locally now.
Yeah, I
They
know, but
maybe they could have done something like that back in the day where everything was
yeah,
still hosted on their servers.
but
Uh,
yeah, but it'll
but still would be hard to.
yeah. Yeah, but it would be also difficult to affiliate that improvement along with just habit or just, refusing to do something because you're a stubborn old dog like I am,
Hmm.
or, whether or not people, exactly like you mentioned, there's a storage related issue related to, crafting lower tier items and
Yeah.
higher tier benches. But anyway, that's about it.
So we previously done this recipe thing with all other upgradable benches, such as the Texas bench, Masonry bench, and Forge. Forge, not a longbow, not the
Mm,
flint arrows, or at least
mm.
they weren't available in the Forge and the Foundry. Masonry bench, by the way, the geode lamps. I'll have to check whether or not they are now craftable in the tier 4 electric masonry bench. Because I still have in my open world an old school tier 2 masonry bench. Because that was the only place where you could make the geode lamps.
Yeah, and you like the Joe lens.
Oh yeah, I like them a lot. It's like a set
Yeah,
and
they're
forget.
nice.
No
Oh, yeah.
wiring, no fuel, no nothing.
Yeah,
So
good amount of
yeah,
light. So yeah, quite also nice ambient lighting. So not like sharp, blinding light, but yeah, nice.
exactly. Now our ultimate intention with these changes is to reduce the clutter in bases and simplify your operations room. A secondary benefit is that higher tier benches craft much quicker, so recipe time is reduced as you level up.
Mm.
And nice overview here of the benches, which bench is being replaced by which other bench. So
I
they
like the fact that they put the potbelly stove just after the fireplace.
you can craft everything from the fireplace in the potbelly stove and more.
Yeah, 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 no, I know, but that used to. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that was the case, but
Well,
it's just that the potbelly stove it takes a whole bunch more iron than just the kitchen table. So,
difference
or
being,
was that the gas cooker?
the kitchen bench is tier 3 and the potbelly stove is tier 2.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, the tier 1 player crafted is the fireplace and drying rack. Fireplace being replaced by potbelly stove crafted in the crafting bench. Drying rack replaced by the dryer crafted in the machining bench.
That's a barbecue.
Yeah, the ones that you have to place outside the smokers.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So the upgrade for the old mortar and pestle is the material processor. And I checked and yes.
I don't even know there was such a thing.
I knew
I
there
thought
was
those two
one,
were.
but I could never remember which one. So I might actually put this picture up on my second screen next time I play Icarus. So I know like what again was the replacement for the mortar and pestle. But
What's the thing below the forge?
Foundry,
Oh, the foundry. Oh, the massive thing. Yeah,
yeah.
okay, got it. Yeah, okay.
Still, I still have quite a few of the mortar and pestles dotted around the place.
Yeah, good storage, easy crafting. Like I said, especially because you have to make epoxy, you have to make resin, or you have to make,
Yeah,
yet again, putting all of those things into higher tier stuff just isn't going to be feasible, in my opinion. But anyway,
exactly. But yeah, nice,
yeah,
nice
it's there.
overview of
It's an
benches here.
option. Yeah, yeah.
New item this week: the Zigo Puritab and water treatment pill. Following on from last week's water revamp, we're adding a workshop item to complete the system: the Zigo Puritab. This can be bought in the orbital workstation and taken down to the planet, where it can be added to canteens or actually any water storage to purify water from tainted or rain to treat it. So if you have a rain collector inside your base not hooked up to the power network and you fill it up with ice, it will be the tainted water, I believe. You add a tablet and it should change the content of this rain collector into treated water. Obviously, as soon as you hook it up to the water network, hooked up to either a outside rain collector, then it will instantly turn it back to rainwater again. Or if you hook it up to the water network with a water pump attached to it, or it would be tainted water. Now I'm not sure the water borer which kind of water that one gives, tainted or rain. I believe it's rain, but I could be mistaken. I haven't tried it actually. But yeah, you can with this pill you can make your water storage into treated water. In addition, there is also a new craftable pill at tier 3, crafted on the kitchen or chemistry bench, which will convert tainted or rainwater into filtered water. So one tier below treated, basically the neutral tier filtered. Makes sense, the workshop item being better than the planet crafted one. Now both of these items make it ideal for quick filtration on the go while you are out exploring. Though for the best quality water you will still need the tier 3 or tier 4 purifiers. Actually the tier
Yeah, tier 3 is the one
4
where it's
one,
actually.
tier 3 one makes it treated water and the tier 4 one makes it purified water.
Yeah, so it's the same then.
So for the
But
best
then,
quality water being purified you will still need a tier 4 purifier.
but it was kind of expected that this should be there, because realistically, these things even exist here where you can get tablets for camping water. So rather than boiling it, if that's not an option, you can have a little tablet, like a fizzy
Oh,
tablet, that you put into the water to make it less lethal. So
hmm.
the only thing about this, like I said, is that it would take a entire shuttle slot. So not something that I would ever use.
Yeah, but then again, this is the workshop one, and you can always
Especially for
quickly
European
go
players as well.
to tier one crafting bench, make an orbital exchange interface,
Yeah,
and call down a whole shittle full of tablets.
yeah.
I don't know how much they stack though, but and also you can craft them at tier 3 on the kitchen bench, or tier 4 on the marble kitchen bench or the chemistry bench.
Mm.
So. Looking at the future, Leica update. Our upcoming Leica update is making progress and we wanted to talk about one of the features this week, chickens. You'll now be able to raise your own flock of fowl and harvest eggs in the chicken coop. Eggs will be added to existing recipes and will feature in new ones. And
Oh no.
chickens, just like on Earth, will have to be well cared for and protected from natural predators like bears and
Oh,
wolves and yeah,
kiwis, or what they're called.
yeah, kiwi. It's actually called the kiwi.
Mm, mm,
The big ones, the small ones, they're
mm.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got more content coming to Leica in our Creature Comforts DLC, so keep your eyes peeled over the next couple of weeks. Will
The
do
only thing about
indeed.
the
Yeah.
previous thing I didn't like is that they're going to modify existing recipes. Now, for example, obviously, like flatbread, right? It used to be just, flour and water, and then, you make a flatbread. If they suddenly introduced, oh, you need to have an egg in there as well, then goodbye easy food buff stamina. That's no longer going to be a viable, easy, sustainable food source.
True.
It'll probably be on the higher tier ones,
Will
but yeah.
depend as well on will also depend on things like which tier is the chicken coop gonna be. Uh, how many chickens can you keep in one coop? How
Where are
many
chickens
eggs
found?
will they? How many eggs will they produce? How much will they eat the chickens? So how much do you need to forage for chicken food in order to produce the eggs?
Mm,
I mean,
yeah, these
if you can build a chicken coop with, for example, 5 wood and it holds 50 chickens and it produces 100 eggs a day and all you need
yeah,
is
true.
3 carrots a day, then
Yeah,
meh. But yeah, and I do wonder which existing recipes indeed will be modified to include eggs.
mm,
But there's something we will have to wait for, which we can only test once Leica drops.
yep.
Next week, homeliness. Now, this is the. I must make sure I say it correctly though. Uh, this is the British version of homeliness,
Yeah, it's
not the
niceness.
American one. Exactly. American English homely is unattractive in appearance, where the British meaning is like simple but cozy and comfortable. So the one variant of English and the other variant of English, and completely opposite meaning for the word homely. This is actually the English variant, so the positive one. Next week we'll be improving the sleep system, adding a new dynamic that improves the quality of your sleep based on your base aesthetics and homeliness. A prospector will now sleep better in a well-built, decorated home rather than a makeshift shack, a la Valheim. This will
Mm.
be provided not only by animal trophies, but also rugs and other decorations. Question is, what's going to be the range of those things?
I
Because,
think your
you know,
trophy, yeah, yeah. I
in
think
my
yours
open
should be in
world,
range because yours is just below the vault basically, so it's close enough to all the trophies not towards like the bear rugs and the ice thing, but
it's the next room over, and then one floor down from the Art Deco room.
I think it would be like a spherical thing. I'm not sure if it'd have to be direct line of sight, but it would be something to play around with or look, investigate, or test, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, but I might have to move the beds to the Art Deco room. I mean,
Mm,
I can do, not a problem. I'll just have to shuffle around a bit the furniture,
mm.
but
I mean, if you
and
remember, there was also issues in Valheim where if you had a lower tier item, it would actually prevent from getting the higher tier buffs. So you had to kind of destroy those and move them up because it was like taking a slot. But it depends on if it's just a flat stacking without a care in the world, or if it's actually like if you build 20 what little, I don't know, geode lamps and you put them all like around your bed, that it gives you like 100 boost. Or if it's like the Valheim system in the sense that it counts as one item if it is in the distance, and that doesn't matter how many you put in the range.
yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But
Mm-mm.
like, what buff are we? Is it gonna give? Is it like you're gonna improve the time of
Mm.
the current buff?
Yeah,
At
it'd
some
probably be very
point,
similar.
it will last during the day and well into the night. So at some point, it will then become moot to increase the buff because it will never run out.
Yeah. Um, I'm assuming it depends on that because currently with your expand your DLC or your whatever it's called,
The
the
Art
X
Deco,
Art
yeah,
Deco thing, that you're talking about like 999 seconds or something like that, right? So
something like
it's
that, yeah.
yeah, so I mean it's not that long, so it still gives a bit of room for increasing. But the nice thing about
Well,
the Art Deco one is your base is bigger, so your multiplicative factor might be much longer than of a regular bed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the buff currently already lasts the majority of the day. Now, if it
Mm,
also increases the stats, then I'm definitely gonna test out like how high can we go.
yeah. Oh, true. If it's like an
Like you
infinite
said,
stacking.
yep. Or put 100 lamps around your bed.
Yeah.
Don't care
Yeah.
about all the lights. Just close your eyes and pretend to be sleeping.
Yeah. Exactly.
But let's see how high we can get.
Hmm.
There's definitely something to test out next week. But yeah, we'll have more details next week. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to test it out. Now, if you
Yeah.
like what we're doing with Icarus and want to support the continued development, consider purchasing one of the DLCs for a few bucks. Would mean a lot to us. And as usual, we have the architecture bundle with the interior decorations, paintings, and geode lamps. The industrial furniture pack with industrial and the brutalist furniture. And the Art Deco furniture with all the posh, shiny gold furniture, which is the best in game at the moment. And no, this is not pay to win because there is no winning or losing because it's PvE, not PvP. Uh, yes, it gives you slightly higher buffs, but doesn't make that much of a difference. But still, it's looking nice. So, and there is to complete the set, which you basically have your base game, you have your DLCs like the big DLCs, map DLCs like Styx, New Frontiers. You have all the outpost bundles. You have the architecture, all the items from the architectural bundle. So basically everything. And I wish they would actually sell these in those boxes. Would be fun to have them on the shelf above my PC. To have the
I
whole
was
row of boxes.
yeah, I was kind of thinking about that realistically. I mean, I still, think about having, like the original boxed games with Diablo or Morrowind or, these old, the normal way the things were done. And even if it was like a newer game, like still getting the DVD/DV or the box cover, not just because you want to get like a collector's edition or something, which are pretty cool, but just the
Yep.
normal game that you can put somewhere and look at or install offline and not need internet connection the whole time. But yeah, it's
But yeah, just for the fun, like this whole row of games you collected over time.
yeah. What they should probably do is sell like a mail because they could probably just disassemble, like just mail you the boxes in a flat
Yeah.
plate. So you assemble the box and then you can put it up for display, or you could probably schematic something out, but then it might be copyright infringement unless it's officially provided by the devs. I'm not sure, but yeah.
You could do what I did with my canvas,
I don't know.
where I
It's
checked and it was not in the Icarus merch store. So I contacted the artist and I said, hey, I want this one on canvas, but I need a high-res picture. I'm willing to pay for it. I couldn't find it in the merch store. I couldn't find it nowhere where I could purchase it. So can you help me out? And he was like, "Hey, good idea. You know, here's the high res." So I went forth and I got myself printed on canvas, and I
yeah,
have it above my PC now.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, because I mean, it's a nice thing, 'cause especially some of the art work that they put into it is pretty, cool looking. And if you're
Oh yeah.
into the sci-fi, and Icarus is one of your favorite games, and you would want to support it, so being able to buy something small or something nostalgic, which it would probably would be, it's like, look, kids, this is a DVD. Wow, what is that? What is this round thing? I've never seen. What is this? What is this square thing which has a little flappy bit with a magnetic tape under it? Wow, what is all of this?
Yeah, I mean, we are still of the generation where we were actually using the 3D printed save icons.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, yeah,
Next generation with DVDs,
yeah,
I will be like, oh, this is a 3D printed loading icon.
yeah, yeah.
I know, right?
I think I used floppies and stiffies, and the one I didn't use was, but yeah,
Oh,
it's there.
I've still actively used them.
Yeah, I remember when installing like what was it like an Windows 95 with stiffies. It was like a tray of them. Like you had to like learn them one
Yeah.
by one, and if one of them was missed, then it's like, well, good luck to you.
And it's usually the last one or
Close
the
to
one before last,
yeah,
which
yeah,
was
yeah,
broken.
thereabouts. Exactly. Yeah.
But
But
you
we're gonna. Mm,
you do know those floppies were formatted in 2.88 max.
yeah,
So
there was a
as
bigger one. I think there was a
no
stiffy which was like 4,
no no
wasn't
no
it? Like
the
there
big
wasn't there
one
a
was
6.8?
2.88.
No, no,
Uh,
the big one. No, no, the floppy was yeah 2.88, but the stiffy, which is the smaller form factor, was I think it did have a
and I'm
4 point
talking
something.
about the 3.5 inch. I'm not talking about the 5.2.
Oh, 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 yeah, no, but that's the thing. So the 5.2 only had it was really small,
700k for the,
really
the
small.
the big variant.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
the 2.88, as long as you did not reformat them, so as long as you just empty them, delete all files, they were still 2.88. And you could use them as 2.88 max.
Yeah,
I've made use of that quite a lot. Anyway,
yeah,
nostalgia.
very much.
Right, let's go through the changelog. The new content, not a whole lot. The tablets have been added. The peritic crust or noxious crust for stone and salt. Tier 3 water treatment pill. Text guides to hold when emptying water containers. So if you have it activated in your hotbar, it used to be like right click and it straight away emptied. I believe they now changed it to hold right mouse button to empty, which is useful so you don't accidentally empty your canteen. And added a new usable called consume empty, which add the new context menu option to empty the containers. Right mouse click on it in your inventory and empty.
Yep.
Fixes. Fixed many recipes not being refundable, notably statues, cars, furniture, industrial furniture. I talked about that. Added pretty
Yeah.
crusts. Fixed UI scaling on weather events to not overlap the card in other languages. Yeah, I
Okay.
always play in English, so I never had an issue with that, to be honest. The same with the death screen, cutting off control text in other languages.
Yeah.
Respawn delay reduced from
Yeah.
20 to 10 seconds. Fixed consume stack missing on many foods. Never noticed this actually. The
I mean, we
missing.
haven't really used consume stack in a very long time. I mean, maybe when you were like berries and you were dehydrated, that would basically be like the only time I would consume stack.
Yeah. I
But
like
that was always there.
severely dehydrated or starving, and
Yeah.
all you had was a stack of berries. Then you could like split the stack and then consume the half stack in
I
one
never
go.
actually considered doing it with steaks though. I always just right click consume, right click consume, right click consume, or
Yeah.
pushed it to the hotbar. But yeah, I never considered that there wasn't a stack consume for cooked steaks. So yeah,
So I don't know
okay.
which foods it was missing on.
Probably
It
steak.
says
Probably
many
steak
foods.
didn't.
I,
Cooked steak didn't have a consume stack as far as I remember. Oh, maybe it was there and I'm missing
I'm
it.
more thinking about the newer food items.
Oh,
Because
well,
I
you would never
believe
want to.
the steaks did have it, like all the OG foods did have the
I.
consume stack.
Why would you want to consume a stack of things when you're mostly eating it for the buff?
Meats for healing,
Yeah, like I said,
prime
that's
meats.
there, but I never used it. But yeah, like
True,
I said,
me neither.
I either didn't never use it, or it was because it wasn't there, or I just didn't think about it. But anyway, it doesn't
And
matter.
also, now now the consume stack is there. Now it consumes the stack until your stomach is full. You can then still eat, but like your
Yeah,
stomach has an X amount of capacity. If you hover over your food item, it'll show you how much food it provides. So
yeah,
consume stack is consumes enough until your food meter is full, so to say.
yeah,
Uh, So even if you would accidentally click consume stack instead of consume, it still wouldn't consume 20 fatty T-bone steaks.
It depends on whether or not it's something like flatbreads, which is like oops, and then goes all your flatbreads. Depends on how much.
No,
I can't
it's
remember how filling flatbreads were, but yeah.
reasonably filling.
But yeah, I just
Yeah, but yeah,
basically
it's
it never was a problem for me. But
yeah.
yeah, if they add it in, it's
I
fine.
mean, if it isn't there, if the option isn't there, you never accidentally click it, and you never accidentally consume two instead of the intended one. But meh.
Well, let's just say that hopefully they didn't put it right below the consume one. So
Yeah.
maybe if it was like a couple of like tab, well, like just one tab difference between consume and consume all, like consume and then drop or inspect or
No,
whatever,
the
and then
consume
consume stack.
stack is directly underneath consume.
Yeah, but that's what I wouldn't want. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But yeah, as long as you don't, as long as you just keep your bus active, it means your stomach doesn't empty out too much. So an accidentally consumed stack shouldn't be too much of an effect. It shouldn't
You know
like consume half the stack in one go,
what would you
except
have thought
when you
about
eat berries.
what would you have thought about if you just double click the item that you consume it? What type of, because that might be, oh, click 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 click, done. I
Uh,
consumed all my freaking items rather than having to right click consume, right click consume, right click consume.
if double click would mean consume, I would say consume one.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
But that type of quality of life change. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, carry on.
Fix more stats close button missing not using translation string. Missing not using. Oop. Okay.
Yeah, missing. So I'm guessing it's obviously in the once you go into a character, it does all the advanced statistics things. So the more stats
Yeah.
button is missing, it's in certain translation windows. I have no idea.
Yeah, but is missing translation
Is
strings or not using translation strings? But missing not using would mean it's deliberately not using translation strings.
yes, yes,
It
double
was
negative. That's
accidentally missed the not using, so it was accidentally using translation strings, and now they fix it. The missing not using, so now it will no longer use. Uh,
makes
I
perfect sense.
reckon,
Yes.
I reckon they
Yeah,
mean it will now use translation strings.
got it.
Updated trophy bench to 5 queue slots. Actually, it already had 5 queue slots, but you were never able to queue 5 trophies.
Oh, okay.
So I reckon they fix it. Now all 5 queue slots are active.
You probably only ever saw that in that the Game Hunter freaking mission.
No,
You have to craft like 20 trophies of like
no.
heroes and 20 bears, or I can't
When I
remember what
was
it was.
doing the different rooms and especially all the trophies in the Art Deco room, I
Yeah.
was making quite a few trophies in one go.
Yeah, all right. But on a normal circumstance, yeah.
Normal,
But it's okay.
you wouldn't notice indeed.
Like I said, the only mission I can think of is the big game hunter one. But yeah, other than that, yeah.
But I believe it only had two. You could only queue 2 trophies.
Oh, is it? Wow, okay, that's a big difference. All right.
2 out of 5, yeah.
Okay.
Fixed trench shotgun being repairable with steel instead of titanium.
Aw.
Well, I always go into the repair bench and say repair all, and I don't really look at what it's using. So I had not
Yeah.
noticed this. Okay, so now I'm gonna need more
I
titanium. That's
actually
fine.
the all weapons, like if I crafted the longbow, I was able to repair the long no, was I able to repair the longbow in the fabricator?
Nope.
So I'm
Longbow
wondering
was
with this
only
lot
repairable in anvil and repairing bench.
because okay, but that's the thing. Oh, so it was a repairing bench.
Yeah,
So I'm just wondering
you
if they've
repair it where you
changed.
make it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Obviously now it's being changed where you could make it, or like certain items you could
Uh,
change where it could be made. So
yeah,
now that it means you'll be able to repair it in the new locations as well. So that does
yeah.
mean that
The
it'll be a little
forge
bit
and the
easier
foundry.
to, yeah. So I think that would be the better, fix in the sense that I don't have to worry to go to a different older bench to repair an item. I could just repair it because
But
it's
you were
craftable.
always able to repair it in
And the
the
repairing, yeah,
repairing
yeah,
bench.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So So that's actually a very handy bench. You repair it where you craft it, or
Yeah,
you repair it in the repairing bench. And everything
it is repairable. Yeah, repairing
can
bench,
be repaired
correct.
there, including workshop items, as long as you have the repair thingies from the workshop.
Do you need the repair thingies from the workshop? I
If you
mean,
want to repair them in the repair bench, yes. However, now with the
there's a
whole request new equipment on the Orbital Exchange
yeah.
interface, you just request a new one and you send the old one back up, and then you can repair it in the space station for 10 Ren.
Oh yeah, because it's still cheaper. Because what was the? Oh, it doesn't matter. But yeah,
It
it's
is
the same.
cheaper indeed than
Yeah,
requesting the repair
the
items.
repair thing. Okay.
But the repair items, this is from back in the day where
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have the open
Couldn't, yeah.
world, and
Yeah.
where you couldn't call down extra equipment and send up equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Fixed Unio typos in item names, workshop items.
Mm-hmm.
Fix accidental double full stop instead of single full stops.
Yeah.
No idea what they're talking about, but okay.
No, that's just typos. Oh, I have two dots at the end of a sentence or a comment or statement instead of a single full stop. So yeah.
You mean like semicolon at the end of
No,
a
no, no, no.
query or
Stop.
so,
Full
query
stop.
line?
No, no. Just like this is the sentence. Stop. And then stop. Oh, accidental double stop versus a single full stop. So typo
Yeah.
stuff doesn't matter.
Anyway, edit prospect name to open world operations UI. Talked about before. Check query for mission items. Talked about before. Allow recipes crafting bench to be crafted machining bench or fabricator, and
Blah
from
blah
machining
blah.
bench to fabricator. Talked about before. Fix a typo in highlight alternation name. Fix water speed modifier not being translatable on applicable crafting benches with an optional water connection. Translation strings. Good. Fix a typo in the gravitate shield text. Nice, but we don't have it yet. 1, 2, 3 weeks ago it was mentioned in the future content, this type of shield. Was this
Graphite or graphite shield text. I don't know.
together with the 9 of diamonds shield thingy?
Okay, all right. Oh yeah, oh yeah, the new, yeah, the thing. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I remember that, Jim. So that's
Anyway.
fine.
Fixing issues where you couldn't fill your canteen from water bodies on client. And if you apply on a DS, everyone is client. So, oops. From water bodies, i.e. Lakes and rivers. Actually, we have run into this numerous times back in the day when we were running the normal missions, and then I was hosting and I could fill my canteen in a stream. Echo, you
Yeah, and I
couldn't.
couldn't.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't. Yeah, yeah. I remember that. We tested it by Bear Alley.
Yep.
So yeah.
And then you gave your canteen to me and I could fill it up and give it back, stuff like that.
Yeah, not that often, but yeah, I remember that. But that was ages ago.
Yeah, but apparently it's a quite persisting bug. Came back again.
Mm.
But I have to say, I've never run into this myself. Definitely not lately, and I'm playing on DS all the time, so I'm always a client. But okay. Fixing issue where ice water crafted on the player was providing the rainwater modifier. Yeah,
It
but then
should be.
again,
It should be rainwater, based upon my opinion, because
yeah, the
ice is
ice,
rain, is frozen. But
exactly.
anyway.
Also reduced the recipe cost from 50 ice to 10 ice. Now we're talking. Because 50 ice
There's a
to
lot of
make
weight.
one ice water,
Mm.
there's a lot of ice to collect.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought it down to 10. So that's nice. Adding animal bench and setting up crafting recipes. Again, it's in fixes. I think it should be in future content, or it's at least a future content thing. The animal bench for either the Leica or the new DLC the Creature Comfort DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon it will be Leica though, because I don't think I don't think this DLC will actually add an entire bench. I don't think so. So I reckon Animal Bench will be part of the Leica update. Fixing some animal bed recipes, which were crafting the wrong things. Now, animal bed recipes, sure. There could be some recipes specific to the Creature Comfort DLC.
Yep.
That's something else. Yeah. Fixing tier 4 water trough so it run correctly. Again, this is future content. Tier 4 water trough, we don't have it yet.
Well, it's technically fixing things which they're in their development cycle still.
So
So yeah, it's
yeah.
fixing new things which aren't out yet. But yeah.
Yeah. And we have had this discussion a while ago as well, and then Jake was in chat as well. And he was like, "Yeah, sure, it is future content, but it's already in our internal testing branch, and we noticed an issue with it, so that's why it's in a fix." So yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's been fixed, great, but we never knew it was broken. So was it fixed? But
It is fixed,
yeah,
but is this info we need to
yeah,
know?
but that's my point. Well,
Yeah.
because it's not fixed for us because it never affected us.
Yeah.
So that's the
But yeah.
thing. But anyway.
Yeah, basically what they do is they do an export from Jira, like, okay,
Yeah,
what has been,
which
which
tickets
tickets
have
have
been
been
logged a bunch.
closed
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
last week. Yeah, so
Yeah, which makes sense. Yet again,
uh,
it is something.
makes
But
it
yet again, it could.
way easier for them. I mean, way
Yeah,
back, they like manually compiled this list, the new
no, no,
content and the fixes and the future
no,
content, but it took a lot of time. So at some
no.
point they just switch over to, let's just do an export from Jira, which is
Well, it's just
perfectly
it's
fine.
not. It's not a bad idea to also keep track of it if it's something that keeps on coming back, like the water canteen. It's like, yeah, if it's like, oh, we fix it over here, but then, when the game actually releases and it doesn't work correctly, then whoever, closed the ticket can be, dragged outside, taken out back, and then, shown the dirt. But yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, anyway, let's continue. Fix a typo in the beehive extractor text. Didn't know there was a typo in. But then again, I don't really look at those texts anyway. Added a new usable called consume empty for right click empty containers. Talked about. Tier 3 water treatment pill.
Yeah.
Talked about. Added text guide to hold when emptying water containers. Talked about. Mission tags on items when filtered. Wasn't this already in the new content? No, not in the new content. Or was it in the notable improvements? I don't know. Anyway. Oh well,
It does
no,
sound
here
familiar.
it's a couple of lines above.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like added tag query for mission items, and now they say updated mission tags on items. Ah, to correctly show applicable items when filtered. So this is more the generic one. Okay,
Mm-mm-mm.
I see. Water containers now require a short hold before being emptied when pressing right click. Like I said, no longer the
Mm.
directly empty when right clicking, so less
Yeah.
chance of accidentally emptying. Fix a tier 4 shotgun, trench shotgun, not using correct durability and repair row. Basically ties to the one above. Trench shotgun
Mm-hmm.
now uses titanium instead of steel. Uh, More tier 4 food trap fix. Convert any food into a new item. High quality animal feed. Huh.
Yeah,
So
so it's
it accidentally converted everything you put in into the new food type.
well, like I
Ergo,
said, we would still have to because it says
what I
it's
read
keep.
here is like we are also getting a new type of animal food
Yeah,
called
we
high
already
quality
discussed that.
animal feed.
Well, that we theorized about last week about
Yeah.
the fact that yes, we would want to have the animals either tame quicker, which is something which could happen because of higher quality food, or actually give them a buff, which is like a stamina enhanced, or not so much speed, but at least stamina would be something which,
Yeah.
because you know, walking up to your pet and feeding him seeds gives him, you know, extra stamina. But it's obviously going to be a bigger buff if he just fed himself the whole time from a freaking high tier craft, which means you've spent resources for it, so it makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, what I read from this is we are also getting new types of animal food, or at least a new type of animal food, high quality animal feed,
Mm.
which presumably also has higher stats for the mount.
Well,
Added water purification tablet can be purchased from the workshop. Why is this in fixes? It was in new content already, but okay. Fix an issue where alterations which were applied upon crafting were not being applied. For example, beeswax reinforced wood. Other alternations are the ones from talent, like more durability on your bow, more inventory slots on storage items, talent I have, those things were not being applied. They were when they introduced it, so apparently that
Yep.
broke at some point.
Yeah, because we did test the durability of it, you
Yeah.
know, considering the usefulness, but yeah, the HP was the biggest difference, right? It was just, yeah, just more
The
hit
only
points.
difference.
Yeah. So
It's
maybe they were
still,
supposed to be a
yeah.
bit more durable, but I have no idea.
Weather
But
resistance
take less
wise, it was
damage.
still the same as normal wood, but instead
Yeah.
of, was it 1k, it went up to 4k
Depended of
durability.
I can't remember, but it was able to take a couple more hits, but it didn't. It
Yeah,
would have been nicer if it actually did
wooden
take
building
less
piece
extra damage.
has 1000 durability, a
Mm.
stone has 2400, 2500, concrete has 4k, I believe, and I believe that the beeswax, the reinforced wood had also like 4k ish, way higher
Yeah.
than a normal wood.
Yeah, and it was, but yeah, we
Uh,
just, you know, by the time you would be able to use it, you could have just as well rather had stone. But as I discussed, it was fire. I don't think it was fireproof.
no,
It,
it's not
uh,
fireproof. It
so
takes still the same storm damage as wood, so
yeah,
why
exactly.
not going for stone?
Yeah, that was the thing. But yeah, it's
Only
besides
reason
the
is
point.
if you're in an area which has little to no stone,
Mm.
so you can't go
Which
to
is
stone or concrete. Then you
concrete and
might
similar.
want to go for
Yeah,
the, yeah, but I mean there's stones everywhere, except
yeah, exactly.
in the desert.
No, there's still
But in the
stones in
desert
the
there
desert.
isn't a whole lot of wood either. So,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it is
but
what it is.
yeah, people might want to build a wooden shack out in the woods, cause of aesthetic reasons. Okay, sure. Duplicate row,
Yeah,
T4
duplicate row.
shotgun, not using
Yeah.
correct durability in repair row.
Mm.
Fix missions, operations, quests, status UI show incorrectly for clients. Must be like top left of the screen, I think.
Yeah.
Hideable and with the numpad 7, like
Mm.
the quest steps and stuff.
Could be, yeah.
Shown incorrectly for clients. No, I haven't done operations and missions and quests. I don't do them that often. Definitely not operations. I'm waiting for the Thursday characters to finish the current operations so I can continue on my open world with some operations as well. Quests I do sometimes, the simple quests. And missions, yeah, well, I play open world all the time, so.
Yeah.
Another fix, this actually one I did notice and mention on stream and in Discord last week. Tier 1 water purifiers, both the ground and the water variant. You chuck charcoal in and they indefinitely kept on using the charcoal until charcoal was had run out. Now the one you put in the water it has an internal storage. So you would say it uses charcoal until the internal storage is full, and then it stops using charcoal. It did not do that. You would say the one you place on the ground, it only uses charcoal when it's raining outside. So it's actually generating filtered water in its internal storage until internal storage is full, and then it stops using charcoal. No, it was using charcoal all the time. This has now been fixed. Those water purifiers now stop the generators when the fillable is full, and the ground purifier stops the generator when there is no rain or hail or those kind of weather events. So that's good. I mean, charcoal isn't too hard to come by, but it was using it quite quickly, and yeah.
A 500 stack of charcoal would go poof.
Yeah, would be consumed within like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Very fast.
Not efficient.
No, so I'm glad I fixed that. Because really the tier 1 purifiers, they weren't worth it that much anymore, because you like had to put in some charcoal if you needed water, and otherwise it would just consume your charcoal without giving you anything in return. At least they became more viable again now. Good. And then our favorite part, future content, which is very short this time.
Yeah.
Ship has been mentioned before.
To the bestiary.
Leica tames, so new tames for Leica. I reckon like they were talking about the woolly zebras, I believe, juveniles. So that's definitely going to be a tame. I'm
Seems like they want to play.
Yeah.
They wanted to play around with trophies to give them different head animations, like either maybe
variants, yeah.
Howling and then guarding and running. That doesn't sound applicable. What? No, this isn't a trophy. That's a G.
Black Wolf Howling, Black Wolf Guarding, and Black Wolf Running. These might... Yeah, Tropje, yeah. New Zealand spelling. So we have the bronze statues, right?
Oh, got it, yeah.
If those are also considered trophies, or at least deployment trophy, then this could be like Black Wolf 1, like with the head back howling to the moon. Different pose guarding and different pose running. That could be.
For example, yeah.
Let's see. A little bit. Rifle quick audio. Hunting rifle.
Circle rifle.
Adding workshop dogs, cats, horses. Remember.
Wait a second. It says the Czech rifle, but there also says the Czech hunting rifle.
Bolt action / shotgun.
No, it says adding
the Czech rifle.
Czech hunting rifle.
Yeah. But last week they were talking about the shotgun and I believe also the bolt action variant.
Yeah, but that's the bolt action. That's the rifle.
Bolt action rifle
not
and
the hunting rifle.
The hunting rifle was also mentioned last week.
So there is one where you're going to have the magazine hunting rifle from the Czech shop. I don't know that.
It was mentioned last week. We were discussing the same last week. I remember.
Oh, okay. Can't remember. I remember we talked about the rifle, but I can't remember. Anyway, it's fine.
The workshop, dogs, cats, horses. The pets you could bring down. Like you can only get in space station. So dogs and cats and apparently also horses.
Okay.
So you come home from your prospect and then you enter your base and then your cat is sitting on your bed and like, hey, where were you? I need food. I need food now. Well, the cat. Whilst the dog is like, hey, I'm glad you're home. I'm so happy for you. Oh, and by the way, if you could provide me with some food, that would be nice. Don't need to do it right now, but...
Yeah, exactly. But
But
horses being a mount
horses,
that you could bring down, I'm assuming something quite interesting.
well, it's a workshop horse. Will it be a mount or will it be a pet? If it's a pet, it would mean you have a horse which you cannot ride.
Well, it'll probably be a pony then, like a tiny
Yeah,
little miniature horse or something. I don't know. But
yeah.
really, for a pet, I mean, yeah, like I said, yeah, it's okay.
Well, at least we now know which kind of animals we can expect from the workshop.
Yeah, the dog's going to be the favorite. Just not biased, just facts. You know.
I wonder, will they be useful as in like helping you during hunt?
Well, or protecting the chickens,
Yep.
because poultry or guard or livestock dogs
Yeah, let
are,
let
you
the
know,
cat guard and the chickens.
well, well, cats. No, seriously, cats.
Oh, they
You know,
can. Don't
catch
get me
mice.
wrong,
No,
but
they catch mice, which eat eggs, and you know those
don't
type of
forget a
things. So
cat is a feline. Feline are predator, so
no, but cats don't bother chickens that much. Dogs also bother. Dogs and cats can kill and eat chickens if they are not of the guarding livestock breed. So it'll quite be interesting if you had like Rover down there and he chased and ate your chickens. You know, adds a little bit of a reality touch to it because, yeah, you know, it's not always going to go well when you introduce chicken to dog. So yeah,
gonna be interesting.
mini hippo idle events, audios, and blah blah blah. Bed size adjustments. Okay, that makes sense.
Exotic acquisition methods in the field guide. Uh, Added stats for the ghost crocodile. More mini hippo.
Uh,
Spawn map for the Prometheus expansion area. Oh, mini hippo layers aggro stage. So yeah, they are gonna be aggressive. Okay.
No, well, they attack in herds, so or in or whatever
Flocks
the flocks or
in
clan
herds,
whatever a
in
group of
groups.
hippos are called.
I
Yeah,
don't know. Shall I
a
have a
group of
quick look?
hippos. Yeah, learn a bit.
What
It's
is a
a
group
swamp
of
of hippos. I think it would be
hippos
like
called?
swamp
A
or
bloat,
like
actually.
a what?
Bloat.
A bloat of hippos. Okay, all right. Pretend.
According to the BBC, that is.
I would say it's fair.
Homework, the study.com says a group of hippos can be called a pod or a herd.
Oh, okay. Oh, I heard of it.
Some fanciful or creative collective nouns for hippos are a crash, a thunder, or a bloat.
That's actually quite a few options, but yeah, pick your poison. I think is what that is at the end of the day.
Discover
So.
wildlife, a bloat of hippopotamuses. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So that's it. It
Let's just
seems.
call it well, the full size hippos, thunder,
Yeah.
yes. Mini hippos, meh.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, if you have a hippo, you know, hurtling towards you at quite a speed actually, because they can actually book it. Yeah, you should say thunder is going to be something more like an align to what you're going to be experiencing, other than death. But yeah.
Let's just call it a bloat,
Yeah.
just for the fun of it. Right,
Uh,
but those were the patch notes of this week.
yeah. I don't think. What are you going to be testing? To be honest, I don't think there's much
Um,
to test.
there's
Obviously,
not
there's
much to
the
test
tablet.
indeed, like mine some salt, see whether or not I indeed get the pyritic crust, the noxious crust.
Mm.
Right click to empty water containers.
Mm.
I'm not gonna check the respawn delay though.
Yeah, I would say don't.
I mean, I could, but
No.
well, I can just jump off a cliff a couple of times right next to my base. So, yeah. Yeah, there isn't much else to test. Yesterday already confirmed for the crafting consolidation a couple of recipes, notably the longbow and flint arrows. I'll craft a couple of the tier 3 purification pills and I'll grab some from the workshop, because why not? Test them out. But yeah, I'll be doing some more gameplay. It's Friday, so no, and there's no groceries coming in tomorrow, so I can keep playing for a bit. So, right, like I said, these were the patch notes. I hope you enjoyed listening to us going through the patch notes, so you don't have to read through all of them. We do this every Friday, 21:30 GMT. Will be streamed on Twitch and later on uploaded on YouTube. If you enjoyed it, a like would be appreciated. Yeah, other than that, I'm gonna take a quick break and then I'll be back with some gameplay in which I will test out some of the stuff from the update here. Other than that, thanks for being here and I will see you folks around.